The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. You're listening to the world famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO FM in Jesup. 105.5 on your FM dial. Butch Everett here with you, minus the Bob. The Bob is in Atlanta. Embedded there in Atlanta, the Super Bowl activities. It was a great news report he called in this morning, and all kinds of updates on what's happening there in Atlanta at the Super Bowl. I had media night on Monday night, special interviews and features he'll have today, tomorrow, and Friday right here on 105.5 FM. And then, of course, we've got the Super Bowl coming your way on Sunday. Our coverage will begin at 2 p.m. Sunday afternoon with a long 4-hour pregame show, and then the leadoff show, and then, of course, at 6:30 kickoff. New England Patriots and the Los Angeles Rams in Super Bowl 53. Let's take a look at your weather forecast for Wayne and surrounding counties. Lots of sunshine today. Kind of cool. High today near 50 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy. Low tonight of 27. And that's right, low tonight of 27. Now tomorrow, sunny with a high, double nickels, 55 tomorrow. Looking at your weekend, partly sunny on Friday with a high near 62. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 66. The autumn will hover those 11.1 feet and rising, and should get up to about 11.9 feet. Looking at the tide right now is going out. It's going to be a low tide there at Jekyll and St. Simons this morning around 10:20. High tide this afternoon just after 4 o'clock at 5.7 feet. Sunset this afternoon at 6 p.m. Now, we were supposed to have Bill Werkheiser call in this morning for Wednesdays with Werkheiser, so we're waiting for him to call in here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, and we'll talk to him about what's going on in Atlanta with the state legislature. Hopefully, Bill will be on the phone just any moment now. I'm looking at our hotline phone here, and it's not ringing yet, so hopefully he'll be calling in soon. Coming up before long, I'll give you a chance to... There it is right there. Let's see here. Let's play something here real quick, and then we'll get Bill on the phone. Bill, are you there? All right. We're going to go ahead and put you on the phone. Hold on. Okay, State Representative Bill Werkheiser on the phone with us this morning, live from Hotlanta, Georgia. Is it hot up there this morning, Bill?
Just seems to go along with session. It's fine the week before we get up here, and then temperature drops 20, 30 degrees, but we're open for business.
Mother's Nature's way of saying, welcome to the state legislature 2019 season. And so Bill Werkheiser, state representative, represents a large portion of Wayne County and Tattnall County and Evans County. And we'd like to get you to talk about some of the top hot subjects and topics that you're all working on right now in the state legislature up there in Atlanta.
Okay. So we're still, just to review, the only thing that we're required to do constitutionally is to pass a budget. If that was the only law we passed, we could go home.
Right.
I'm sure there's some people wish that's all we did. So the last 2 weeks, the first week was the overall big budget, getting the budget from the governor, and then this past week, since I'm on appropriation for public safety, we've been meeting almost daily, going over line by line. It is a very tedious, not a lot of fun, but just going over everybody's budget, and then we'll get together with the bigger appropriations and submit our budget, and kind of going through that process. So the legislature works on a 2-year cycle, a biennial. That's why we have elections every other year. So we're in year 1 of 2, and the reason that's important is there's not a lot of bills or actions to report on right now, because every bill that did not get action last year, it was like throwing it in the trash and start over. So a lot of those bills were refiled as if they're brand new. The difference this year on day 40, if we run out of time or if it passes the House but doesn't get through the Senate, that bill is alive. So next year, 31 is really day 41, and so it's a lot busier on the second year when you go into session. So right now we're kind of waiting for the pipeline to be filled. That doesn't take very long. We will have about 900 pieces of legislation filed each year. So
900 pieces? How do you keep up with all that, Bill?
Well, and a lot of, I mean, and that's everything. That's resolutions. That's recognizing people.
Oh, okay.
You know, condolences. So, but still, half of those are probably pieces of legislation.
Man.
One exciting thing for Wayne County is got some really big hitters coming down to Jesup this morning. In fact, they are probably getting on a plane right now. They're coming down. We've got
Who's
the Ways and Means Chairman. So we have the Ways and Means Chairman, Brett Harrell, the Rules Chairman, Jay Powell, Whip Leader, Trey Kelly, our Vice Chair of our caucus, Bruce Williamson. So probably 4 of the 6 people in leadership are coming down to Jesup this morning to tour Rayonier. And Charlie Hood, Lindsey Thomas, Mickey Thomason are part of that group putting that together. And they're doing that. We're working on a piece of legislation that would give them a tax credit so it doesn't hurt the county, but that they get a credit on state processes, inventory, stuff like that. So that's all happening this morning.
So they're on the plane right now heading to Jesup, and we'll get to the Jesup Airport and head on out to Rayonier, the state leaders, to meet with Rayonier and other officials from the Jesup Wayne County area to discuss a state tax credit for Rayonier. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's not for Rayonier specifically, but they would certainly benefit. It's for manufacturers, and the reason this is important is not just to benefit Rayonier. We've been the number one state in which to do business, and we have created 800 private sector jobs in the last 8 years. This is one more tool that would land some really significant manufacturers, and hopefully in rural areas, because these types of manufacturers generally, because of their size, both physically and the number of employees, are perfect fits for rural Georgia.
Okay, so it's tax credits for manufacturers all throughout the state of Georgia, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And so Rayonier happened to be one of the facilities they're going to tour to find out more about how this will benefit manufacturing here in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, and they're probably the kind of like the poster child for this piece of legislation because of their size and the fact that they are in rural Georgia. I mean, that's the emphasis. So, as you know, we've been working hard to try to do things to shore up rural Georgia.
Okay, once again, State Representative Bill Werkheiser on the phone with us live from Atlanta, Georgia. And just in case the folks missed that, who are the leaders from Atlanta coming down this morning, probably on the plane right now, heading to Jesup to tour Rayonier? Who are they once again?
Okay, I'll give you their titles because their names people probably won't recognize or know. But so the Ways and Means Chairman, who does the committee for all tax bills. The Rules Chairman, who was last year's Ways and Means, so they're using him because of his knowledge and the fact that he's rules. When you get a legislation out of your committee, it has to get out of rules to get on the House floor. So those 2 guys are very important legislatively. And then 2 other just members of leadership, the chairman of the Majority Caucus or the Republican Caucus, and then the whip leader for our caucus. So those are the 4, and then and there may be another, but the ones from Rayonier are Charlie Hood, Mickey Thomason, Lindsey Thomas, I think, is going to try to join them. I think, and then there's a couple others, and Representative Meeks and I were scheduled to come with them, except for room on the plane, and we had session today. We thought, because of the weather and other things, because of the Super Bowl, we thought we were going to be out when they scheduled this. So Meeks and I will be up here, and we've seen the plane. We would rather them. It's more important that we get more people from the legislature down there instead of us going through there again.
Okay.
It's taken 2 weeks. It finally got chance to sit down with Representative Meeks yesterday to see how things were going, and he has really hit the ground running. Because of his past with federal government, he knows a lot of the players, so he's well respected. And everything's about relationships. He as you know, just easy to get along with, and he's very well respected. Even after a couple of short weeks, everybody has spoken very highly of him.
Yeah, well, that's what State Senator Blake Tillery was saying yesterday, that Stephen Meeks has hit the ground running. So same words from both of y'all, that he's learning the ropes up there and making the connections and start going to working for our area, the Wayne County, Pierce County area, and also Brantley County area, along with the state of Georgia. And we wish him the best up there.
Yep.
And so you're working on the budget right now. You got some folks from Atlanta flying down to Jesup right now, the tour right near. The state legislature is looking at tax credits for manufacturers here in the state of Georgia. And I guess that's, as you mentioned, still putting coal on the fire, fuel on the fire to keep Georgia number one in attracting business and industry, right?
Yes, sir. That is the main purpose. And again, with an emphasis on rural Georgia. So, and we do have a couple of big bills. So another big thing that will hit the news this morning that happened yesterday, we did pass a broadband bill out. It came out of Economic Development Committee. It's going to allow EMCs, if they want to offer broadband services, which is interesting because so many people have made the analogy that broadband is so important. I mean, that's our life in every area of our life, that it is, analogous to the electrification of rural Georgia. So it's kind of ironic, but it's also a good fit. They have the infrastructure if they're using, because of poles and attaching, because broadband uses those same poles in many cases unless they're underground. So
our EMCs will now, y'all are looking at legislation to allow them to provide broadband. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And
then,
so this is the House version. I guess the Senate will have to have their version of it, right?
They will, and generally after the committee process, because it lasted over 2 hours yesterday, it was a lot of details because that was just one. There was other things that were discussed, but we had broad bills last year that got hung up in the Senate, and again, that's the significance of getting it early in this year so that we can get those things done because the process kind of got started mid last year, so we wanted to make sure that was a priority of getting that in the hopper so that all the stakeholders, because with anything there's going to be marketplace fights about, the cable industry saying, well, we have to pay a poll tax, it gives them an advantage. And so there'll be some fights along the way, but it is a priority of the governor and the speaker and lieutenant governor to get a broadband bill. So there'll be several bills, and I'm confident we'll see that happen. But then we also have to talk about the funding mechanism for that. And so that'll be coming in the next week or so.
Well, it's always about the money, Bill. We know that. Yeah. Bill Werkheiser on the phone with the state representative for this area, part of Wayne County, and also Tattnall and Evans County. I know the Rural Development Committee did a tour of the last couple of years, taking a look at how they can, how Atlanta, the state legislature, and the governor can help the rural area grow. We all know that Atlanta area is on cruise control when it comes to growing. What other than the broadband situation, and now you've got this perhaps tax credit for manufacturers, especially in the rural area, getting some state tax credit. Anything else that the state is working on to help rural Georgia grow?
Yeah, there's several things. One of them is to help our rural hospitals. We're fortunate in our area that Wayne County is doing very well. So we have to be careful when we're crafting this stuff that we don't hurt the players that are doing well, but they are the exception. Most of our rural hospitals are struggling. And I have another one in my district in Evans County. So we're looking at CON laws, which is Certificate of Need, which is generally restricted competition because hospitals have to take everybody who walks in the door. And so if you can't just open up the marketplace to allow someone to come in and cherry pick and then more financially hurt them. But there is a balance there, and we're looking at that. And I won't get into the details of that because actually I don't know the details because that's going to be another marketplace fight. So that's one area. We are looking at, and again, Wayne County seems to be ahead of the game on this one too. We're going to do some workplace and economic development pieces because most of the folks that are looking, especially the bigger folks, it's all about workplace, having enough people and having enough trained people. So we're looking at different things that will tie in players like Coastal Pines, so that
Coastal Pines Technical College, right?
Yes, so that they'll be a part of that puzzle. But one of the big things that we see a lot is regionalism. So we're looking at things that to tie in 3 or 4, because it's always a fight when someone is looking at your part of the state, especially if there's a retail segment of it, because it's a lot of sales tax. And so it's always a fight among the counties where their address is going to be. So we're looking at things to eliminate those fights, because that's always a pushback when people are looking, when they see the skirmishes, because it's been so successful in Metro Atlanta, such as Covington when they landed the Facebook data center, and they've landed a couple others. And what they've done is they've said, we'll just take my district. Let's say Tatton, Wayne, and Evans formed a economic development co-op, and they all put money in it, and they shared the resources and the expenses. And then if one of them lands one of them, the percentage that they have put in, they would be the recipient of those either tax revenues or benefits from there. But again, Wayne County would be a bigger percentage because they're a bigger county. And again, they're ahead of the game because they've already got some collaboration with some neighboring counties, most of them to the south. So, there's just a lot of little nitty-gritty stuff that as we've gone around the state, we've just said, hey, what would help grow this area?
Okay, and the Super Bowl, of course, activities going on this week in Atlanta. Bob Morgan is up there with y'all, and he called in a report today, and he's participating in Radio Row and other activities and Media Night the other night, and special parties that go on during the week put on by sporting venues. Does the state legislature in any type of way participate in any activities this week concerning the Super Bowl?
No, other than getting out of the way. Because, but it's interesting because we have to pay for housing. And so when people from South Georgia were trying to secure, 3-month housing, nobody would do it because they wanted the revenue for that so that they could, basically charge, I think they can charge up to triple their rate, right? They can't. There are limits. But, so basically today's our last day, for this week up until the Super Bowl. We won't come back till Tuesday just because, probably 75% of our legislature has to find housing during session. So we're basically leaving so they can come.
So y'all heading home today, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Bill, anything else that you want to discuss this morning here on the world famous Butch and Bob Show?
I think so. And like I said, as the pipeline gets full, I'm sure there'll be more next week. So.
Okay. Well, Wednesdays with Werkheiser, State Representative Bill Werkheiser, our special guest this morning on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. And, Bill, we wish you a good day and a safe trip back down here to Southeast Georgia.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, take care.
See y'all. Bye-bye.
All right, State Representative Bill Werkheiser here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show.
The world-famous Butch and Bob Show.